everyone, welcome back. I'm Dai, and today I am bringing you my September manga haul. In September, I did spend a little bit more because I got mad at a booktuber who told her subscribers that manga was not worth purchasing. And so I put a little bit more money into purchasing manga in September, but it was also my birthday month, so I'll say that I also splurged for my birthday as well. Normally, I only have enough manga in a haul to fill one bag because I have a bag that I set aside to put all of the manga in as I purchase throughout the month or as it comes in during the month, and then I just pull them out and show them to you. But this month I had to have a second bag, so if that tells you anything. But let's just get into it. So right off the top here, I have volumes 2 through 6 of Marginal Operation. This one story is by Yuri Shibamura, manga by Daisuke Kimura. This one is published by J Novel Club, and I am not sure what the rating is on it because it is not printed on the back. But I had picked up volume 1 a while ago, but I had just never seen it on the release schedule. How I figure out what I'm going to purchase month to month is I'll go onto each publisher's websites and look at their release calendar, and then I make a list, and that's how I figure out what I'm going to buy for the month, and also try to kind of maintain a budget, if you will. I'm not always too good about doing that, but I haven't seen the rest of these, and I don't know if it's just when I'm checking, because sometimes I do check a little bit after the beginning of the month, that I'm just missing the releases on these. But yeah, 6 volumes. So I have volume 2 here, volume 3, volume 4, volume 5, and volume 6. And actually volume 6 on the barcode here, it says suitable for mature readers. So the other ones do not say that on the back where the barcode is. There is no other rating. So I'm super excited to get into this series. This one is about a guy who applies for an online job with the government, I believe, and then ends up being a part of a mercenary group and being trained to do operations. And so I'm really looking forward to getting into this one now that I have so many volumes. But this was one of those ones where I was in Barnes & Noble for the manga club. If you don't know, I do host an in real life manga club at my local Barnes & Noble, and it just started meeting back not last month, but the month before. And so if you want to see what we're reading for those, you can check out my Monochrome Manga Club series First Impressions videos. But now that I'm going back into the store once a month to browse the shelves, I am finding a lot of titles that I've either missed picking up or just hadn't heard about, and it's kind of getting a little bit dangerous for my wallet, but that is okay. I am perfectly happy to be putting some money into the industry. And yeah, so I picked these up on my last visit to Barnes & Noble. Next up, I have another one that I saw on the shelf, and this one is No Vampire, No Happy Ending, Volume 1 by Shinya. This one's published by Tokyo Pop and is rated older teen. So this one follows a girl who, it says, you could charitably call a vampire enthusiast. She stumbles across a beautiful and mysterious vampire. However, her excitement turns to disappointment as she discovers he's not exactly the seductive, manipulative villains in her stories. His looks win first place, but his head's a space case. So I thought this sounded very interesting and kind of funny, and I thought this would be interesting to check out, so I decided to pick that one up. Next up, I have the final volume of We Swore to Meet in the Next Life, and that's when things got weird. Story and art by Hato Hachiya. This one is published by 7 Seas and is rated teen, and I just thought this story sounded super cute, and I have been waiting for all of the volumes to come out before I read it. This one follows this couple here on the cover who used to know each other in their past life, and they were in love then, but due to circumstances weren't able to be together, so they swore to meet in the next life, and they were reincarnated. However, she was reincarnated a few years earlier than he was, and so this is an age gap romance about them meeting back up in their reincarnated lives. Really looking forward to getting into this one. Probably won't read it for October though, because it's not one of those, Halloween vibed type stories, but I will definitely be getting to this one before the end of the year. Next up, I have volume 2 of Yakuza Lover. This one is by Nozomi Mino, published by Viz, rated mature, obviously because it's in plastic. This one follows the whirlwind romance of our main character, Yuri, who gets into a relationship with Yakuza underboss Oya, and it just follows their relationship. I'm hoping that this one is going to have more kind of relationship building story between our two characters. I did read volume 1. It was given to me as an advanced reader's copy from Viz, and so I was super excited to read that. There is a series first impressions video on my channel for volume 1 if you're interested. I'll link it down in the description box below. But I am looking forward to seeing how this story will progress and what this volume has in store for our couple. Next up, I have volumes 2 and 3 of Cherry Magic. 30 Years of Virginity Can Make You a Wizard. This one is by Yu Toyota, published by Square Enix, and is rated mature. I read volume 1 for the Manga Pride readathon earlier this year, and I really enjoyed it. So I've been meaning to pick up volumes 2 and 3 for a while, but they just have not been available at my local store. And so when I went there this last time, they did have these volumes, and so I'm excited to continue with this series and see where the story goes. Next up, I have volumes 2 and 3 of Love and Heart. This one is by Chitose Kaido, published by Yen Press, rated teen. This one follows a girl who has to move back. I don't know if it's to home or where she used to live, but she ends up finding out that she has a new roommate, and that roommate is male. He tells her that they used to know each other when they were children and that he used to live next door. However, from what she can remember, the family next door killed themselves. And so I'm really looking forward to getting into this one rather soon. It does sound a little bit supernaturally, so it might be one that I have on my radar for the month of October to read. But yes, super excited to read this one. Next up, I have volume 6 of The Way of the House Husband by Kosuke Ono. This one is published by Viz and is rated older teen. This one follows a retired Yakuza mob boss who is just living his best life as a house husband. And so I have read volume 1. We actually read it for our manga club when about the time our manga club first started, I think. And I really enjoyed that volume. I have been just collecting these volumes as they come out because I already know that this is going to be one that I really enjoy. I have watched a little bit of the anime, and I was looking forward to watching the live action Japanese drama, but when it dropped on Netflix, those episodes are only 5 minutes, so it's the same length as the anime episodes. So I was a little bit disappointed because I thought we were getting full, drama episode length episodes. So like half an hour to an hour, but that's just not the case. But in any case, I will be definitely checking that out eventually. I am looking forward to when all of these volumes are finally out because I know I'm just going to get through these volumes so fast. They are a bit thinner than most, but I really enjoyed this one, at least volume 1, and I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of shenanigans our main character gets up to in future installments. Next up, I have volume 3 of Starcrossed by Junko. This one is published by Kodansha, rated older teen. This is our body swapped kind of romantic comedy, I think, about a fan and a pop star getting not reincarnated, but returned to their bodies, but the wrong body, because they weren't supposed to die when they did. Something like that. Sounds super funny. I am looking forward to this one. And yeah, it looks like we're gonna have some kind of rivalry on the cover here. So yes, definitely looking forward to getting into this one. I have volume 3 of the Apothecary Diaries, story by Natsuhyuga, art by Neko Kurage, compiled by Itsuki Nanao, character design by Tokoshino. This one is published by Square Enix and is rated teen. We read volume 1 for our manga club. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to finding out what other mysteries our main character gets involved in. And yes, I really enjoyed volume 1. I'm looking forward to more. Next up, I had to get it. It is Animal Crossing volume 1, Deserted Island Diary. This one, story and art by Kokonatsu Rumba. This one is published by Viz and is rated all ages. I really enjoyed playing Animal Crossing over the last year, and so I had to get this manga to see what kind of things the villagers might be up to in this one. And one of my favorite characters is on the cover here. It is Dom. I always get stuck when I'm like, what is his name in English? Because I always call him Chachamaru, which is his Japanese name. But yes, Chachamaru is one of my favorite characters. I do have him on my island, and I love having him there. So I'm looking forward to reading this one and seeing what the villagers get up to in this volume. I have volume 1 of Mao, story and art by Rumiko Takahashi. This one is published by Viz and is rated teen plus, so older teen. This is a supernatural mystery, I believe, and I'm just really looking forward to getting into it. I do enjoy supernatural mysteries in novels, and so whenever there's a supernatural mystery storyline in manga, I always try to go for them, and because it's Rumiko Takahashi, I don't think I'm going to be disappointed. And so yes, I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. I have volume 3 of A Story Frozen in Time, art by Naoshi Arakawa, story by Mizuki Tsujimura. This one is published by Vertical and is rated older teen. This one follows a group of students who are stuck in their school, and apparently one of them has killed themselves and they need to figure out which one of them it is. I believe this is only a 4-volume series. Again, mystery, totally go for things like that. And because this one is only going to be 4 volumes, I am waiting for the last one to come out so that I can just read through all of them. Especially with mystery type storylines, I find that that's definitely not something I want to start reading before all of the volumes come out, because there could definitely be cliffhangers, and I don't like cliffhangers. So I'm looking forward to finally getting the last volume in this one and then marathon reading through the entire thing, because I've just heard really great things about this and I am looking forward to it. Next up, I picked up Springtime by the Window volume 1. This one is by Suzuyuki, published by Tokyo Pop, rated youth. That's new. It says age teen plus. So it says high school love in the spring of adolescence blooms with earnest, messy emotions. I thought it looked cute, and so I decided to give it a go. Next up, I have the final volume of The Daily Lives of High School Boys by Yasunobu Yamauchi. This one is published by Vertical and is rated teen. we had not known that this was going to be the final volume before it arrived. My daughter was like, "Oh, this is the final volume." I have not yet dug into this series, but I have heard some funny things about it. I've seen some funny memes, and I'm looking forward to getting some laughs. Next up, I have When Will Ayumu Make His Move by Soichiro Yamamoto. This one is published by Kodansha and is rated teen. I'm getting mixed up now because Kodansha has changed their logo. And so on the back here, it looks different from what I'm normally used to seeing. But this one follows our two characters who play shogi together. And she thinks that he's got this huge crush on her and wants to know when he's going to make his move. But what she doesn't know is that he has vowed not to confess his feelings until he beats her in a game of shogi. And so I thought this sounded super cute, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where this one goes. I have volume 4 of Those Not So Sweet Boys by Yoko no Giri. This one is published by Kodansha, rated teen. See, this one has the old Kodansha logo on it, but this one follows a girl who is tasked to go get these 3 boys and bring them back to their school, I think, and then this turns into a romance storyline, I think. Don't know much. I don't like knowing a lot going into anything that I read, and so that's a big reason why I collect a lot and then don't read it till later. But it's also because it's my retirement plan. I have the money to spend now for entertainment later when I can't afford it. So that's what I do. It's not what everybody else does. I get that, but I'm perfectly happy with living my life that way, and yeah, so I am looking forward to getting into this. I do enjoy Yoko no Giri's art style. I have read most of Love and Focus. Considering that's only a 3-volume series, I really should finish that one up. But Love and Focus was one of our early manga club volumes when we started the club, and before I started making the manga first impressions videos on our selections. But I do enjoy her art style and her storytelling, and so I have no doubt in my mind that this is going to be a series that I enjoy as well. I have the final volume of BL Metamorphosis by Kaori Surutani. This one is published by 7 Seas and is rated teen. And now that I have the whole thing, I can read through it because I've been waiting for this one to be complete so that I could do that. Unfortunately, it finished in a month where I want to read all the spooky Halloween vibe monster thingies. But I will definitely be getting to this one before the end of the year. I've heard nothing but great things. I've heard it's emotional, though I am not really one to get emotional while watching a lot of TV shows or movies or reading especially. I can't tell you when the last time I teared up when reading something was. So yeah, I am nonetheless looking forward to this heartwarming story. At least I think that's what it's going to be, and I'll definitely be getting to it before the end of the year, like I said. I have volume 2 of the case study of Vanitas by Jun Mochizuki. This one is published by Yen Press, rated older teen. I picked up volumes 1 and 3 a couple months ago, I believe. Volume 2 finally came back in stock, so now my daughter can finally dive in and read to her heart's content. But this was one I had said before that I was concerned about because I didn't think I was going to enjoy it. But because it is something that my daughter is interested in, I decided to go ahead and pick it up because I don't only buy manga for myself. I do end up buying manga for my daughter, which I don't think that I'm going to enjoy. But every once in a while, she is able to talk me into reading something that I didn't think I would enjoy. This one, however, did catch my attention because it's about vampires, and I'm always in for a good vampire story. The problem for me with this one was going to be the fact that I did not jive well with Pandora Hearts, which is another one of Jun Mochizuki's works, and my daughter did. But because I didn't, I was very concerned that I wasn't going to enjoy the story. And so when it was on the shelves earlier, like a year or two ago, I asked my daughter then if she'd be interested in reading it, because I remember she enjoyed Pandora Hearts. And she was like, yeah, maybe. But now, now that I asked her again, and it's hard to find volumes, she's all like, yeah, I think I'd be interested in reading that. So we've been collecting this one. I think there's an anime coming out, if I'm not mistaken. My daughter just told me, because she is sitting behind me, that it is out this season, and one of the YouTubers that we like to watch is Seiyu, Hanae Natsuki. He does some horror gameplay as well as some other like gameplay, but we started watching him because he was playing a lot of horror games and he screams a lot and it's super hilarious. So because we have been watching Hana-chan play his video games, he does a lot of collaborations with other channels, and so we've also started watching those other channels, so like Bintroll and some of the Utayates, and so it's been super fun. We've really enjoyed watching gameplays, which is something I never thought I'd be interested in doing, but Hana-chan voices one of the characters in this anime, and so I think that's probably why my daughter was more interested in reading and watching this series. And so now, because I know that Hana-chan is voicing one of the characters, I'm interested in watching as well. But I'll definitely give this one a go because I do have it, and so I'm looking forward to seeing if this series will jive with me more than Pandora Hearts does. Next up, I have Volume 5 of the Collector's Edition of Maison Ikoku by Rumiko Takahashi. This one's published by Viz, rated older teen, and this is a boarding house story. I have told you before that I had watched some of the anime, and I do actually own some of it. But I never really watched the whole thing, nor have I read any of these volumes. But I am collecting them to read later. I really love the publication that's coming out with the French flaps, and yeah, just collecting these as they come out to read later. Next up, I have volumes 2, 3, and 4 of My Senpai is Annoying by Shiro Manta, published by 7 Seas, rated teen. We read volume 1 for our manga club in September, and so you can find out what I thought of it, or more of my thoughts, on volume 1 in my Monochrome Manga Club Series First Impressions video, which is already linked down in the description box below. But I enjoyed it so much, I picked up volumes 2, 3, and 4. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with our two characters as the story goes on. I have volume 4 of Saiyuki, the original series in the Resurrected edition, by Kazuya Minekura. This one is published by Kodansha, rated older teen. I believe this is the last of at least the first part. This says the original series. I think there is a reloaded series that hasn't been reissued, but I really love these hardbacks, especially because they're naked hardbacks. And this one is chunky, like, oh my goodness. But this one is a supernatural kind of story where it's set in a world where humans and demons coexist happily until somebody does something to try to upset that balance. And then I believe there is some kind of plague that starts affecting the yokai and makes them go crazy, and so our main characters in the story try to figure out why that's happening. I believe that's what the story about. In any case, it's like a supernatural mystery, and I told you before, I'm really attracted to stories like that, and so I'm looking forward to seeing what this series is about. I have a few light novels now. I picked up Hello World, the novel by Mado Nozaki. This one is published by 7 Seas and is rated teen. And it says, how far would you go to save the one you love? And it's about a teenage boy who's visited by his future self, tasked with fixing his biggest regret. His classmate and soon-to-be girlfriend Ruri is going to be in a terrible accident. This future self knows all about Naomi's past, present, and future, and can tell him just what to do and say in every situation, from first date to deadly lightning strike. But does this mysterious man really just want to give Naomi and Ruri a happy ending, or is there something far bigger at stake? This, I believe, is also coming out in manga form, but my daughter is obviously not interested in this. I asked her if she might be, but she was like, Mom, does that really sound like something I'd be interested in? And so I knew the answer to that was no, but I thought I'd ask her anyway. So I decided to go with the light novel instead, since I will be the only one reading this one. And then I have volumes 1, 2, and 3 of the Bleach Can't Fear Your Own World light novels by Taikubo and Kurogo Narita. These ones are published by Viz. And there is no age rating on the back. I guess because these are light novels, but with Bleach, I believe they're all... What are they? Older teen? I should know that because I'm reading through Bleach right now, but these are light novels. My daughter's not really into reading novels, but she is interested in this series because it's part of the Bleach world, and it follows Hisagi, which is one of my daughter's favorite characters, and some of these are really chunky. Like the second one is super thick, but I had been eyeing these for myself for a while, but since my daughter wasn't interested when I had asked her when they were starting to come out, I just didn't pick them up. But now that we're reading through the series, rewatching the anime, it was something that I was like, okay, now's a good time to pick it up. So my Barnes & Noble had all 3 of them on the shelves, so we came home with them after a manga club meeting. But I am looking forward to getting into this. I think I'm going to have to wait though until we finish the manga series, because right here on the back it says the Quincy's 1,000-year blood war is over. And I believe that happens after the manga volumes. So yeah, I've heard some rumors that the 1,000-year blood war arc is going to come out, but I haven't heard anything concrete. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying my read a watch along on the manga series right now, and eventually we will get to these, and I'm glad to have them. The last thing I have to share isn't a manga, but it was in the manga section when I was at Barnes & Noble, and if it hadn't, I probably wouldn't have even seen these volumes. But this is Night School, the Wern Books, Collector's Editions 1 and 2. These are by Svetlana Chmakova. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's published by Yen Press, rated teen. And this is a supernatural story that says schools may lock up for the night, but class is in session for an entirely different set of students. In the night school, vampires, werewolves, and werns, a particular breed of witch, learn the fundamentals of everything from calculus to spellcasting. And it follows a wern who was homeschooled, but her sister vanishes and all memory and evidence of her existence is erased. Alex is determined to get to the bottom of it, and what better place to start her investigation than the night school where Sarah used to work. And so again, it sounds like a supernatural mystery, so I was intrigued. I'm looking forward to experiencing a graphic novel that is not a manga, but like I said, I would not have even known that this series existed if it wasn't shelved with the manga, because I don't ever go into the graphic novel section at my Barnes & Noble. It is kind of behind where the manga is, but I just never go there. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what I think about this one because it sounded super intriguing. Maybe I'll get to it in October because it is, you know, kind of Halloween vibey, but I already have my list of things that I want to read this month, and I don't know that I'll be able to get through it all. We shall see. We do have the Haunted 24-Hour Manga Readathon that's coming up October 15th through 18th. If you haven't seen my announcement video for that, definitely check it down in the description box below because I am co-hosting with Justy's Cave and Tony's Manga. I will have a TBR video up for that within the next week or so. So if you'd like to see what titles I have on my radar to read that weekend, definitely keep an eye out for that. There is also the Fall into Manga Love Readathon at the end of the month. I believe it's October 25th or 24th through the 30th. And that's hosted by Shay Geeks Out. I'll link her announcement video down in the description box below in case you're interested in joining that one. So there's plenty of opportunities for me to read Halloween themed manga during the month of October. I am really looking forward to it. I obviously have a lot that I can read, and so yeah, let me know down in the comments below if you have picked up any of the volumes that I picked up in the month of September, or if you've read any of them, let me know what you thought about them, but please no spoilers. And if you've made it to this point of the video and have nothing else to say but would like to let me know that you are here, if you could leave me a jack-o'-lantern emoji down in the comments below, that would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out, and that will do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy, and until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.